So now we really deep dive into understanding technical analysis. First of all, what is technical analysis? Technical analysis is super easy. It's just looking at the charts, looking at candles, and understanding the markets just by reading candles. And to read a candle, you first need to understand what a candle is. So let me break you down exactly what a candle is. So a candle is what the market moves and what the market shows at the end. So it's just how we see like graphically the market. You can use lines whatsoever, but original trading is based on a candle. And the candle shows a lot, but let me show you exactly what. So a candle has three major things. It has a body, this is this big one in the middle. It has a wick at the bottom, and it has an open and a close. And we have two different candles. We have a candle that opens at the bottom and goes to the upside. This is called a bullish candle, or a candle that just wants to go from the bottom to the upside. So a candle that drives the market to the upside. And we have a bearish candle, so we have bullish and bearish in the market. And a bearish candle opens at the top and closes at the bottom. For me on my chart is the bullish candle blue and the bearish candle black. When you start, your setting is going to be basic, and the setting is going to be that you have the green candle on your trading view is the bullish candle, so that starts at the bottom, closes at the top, and you have the red one that starts at the top and closes at the bottom. That's also why you see that so much. You can just personalize your account on TradingView and just use whatever color you want at the end. And you just need to understand that the candles move. The candles move all the time. So they go from the bottom to the top. They move like this. And how do they move, and what do they move, and why is this important to us? So first of all, what you also need to understand to this one is that we have different time frames. So one time frame is at the end how long a candle is open till a candle closes. So for an example, the time frames you can see right here at the top. We have the 4 hour, the daily, the 1 hour, 45 minute, the 30 minute, the 50 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute. You have like also 1 second, 5 second candles. What does that mean? At the end, it means that when we are in a 4 hour time frame, one candle needs 4 hours long to open, then moves 4 hours like just this, like up, down, up, down, up, down. And then after 4 hours, it closes and a new one opens. So in a 1 hour time frame, one candle needs 1 hour, then it closes and it opens a new one. And in a 30 minutes. So for an example, one 4 hour candle, for an example, is in total 4 1 hour candles, And we can switch in the time frames from the top to the bottom to look at the higher time frames, so 4 hours and 1 hours, for the overall picture, and look at the lower time frames, so 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, for small moves in the market to understand, okay, so in the higher time frame we see direction to the upside, and in the lower time frame it shows right now a direction to the downside. So we use the higher and the lower to really identify the right entry, so entering the market at the right timing. That's why you need this. And this is just how a candle looks. So in the live chart it looks of course like this. So let's just take for an example where we are right now. So this is all the previous market, and for an example, this is the market, how the market looks right now. And I just went back into time to show you exactly how this looks. So for an example, a candle in the 4 hour time frame would move like this. So look at the movement. Candle opens, then candle goes a little bit to the upside, then goes to the downside, then goes big to the downside, and then goes a little bit more to the downside. And after 4 times 1 hour, a new one is created. And then it goes a little bit to the upside, goes a little bit to the downside, goes again, don't moves, and then moves big to the downside. You see, when I'm in a 4 hour time frame, break this down, those last 2 candles that in total are 8 candles in the 1 hour time frame, we go into the 1 hour and what do we see? We see market is going up, going down, and going down. So the next one is going up, going a little bit up and down, not moving, going down. So those in total, when you look at this is the first 4 hour candle. Look, when we go now in the 4 hour, that's exactly this candle, you know. So this is exactly the 4 hour candle, and then the next 4 hour candle is this candle. Those 4 candles combined, you know. So when we're just gonna move this a little bit out, you can see, boom, this part, this, and this candle made combined this candle. You understand? So if I break it even further down, you can see that this 13, so this candle, this, all of this together combined are those 1 hour candles. So this is how it works. You know, just one candle splits into more candles, into more candles, into more candles. Now don't get confused like, oh no, I don't know, like that's too much. It's just the basics. Just that you understand we have one candle that splits up in more. We just need to understand, okay, the higher time frame wants to go to the upside, and then in the lower time frame we determined our entries. This is just how normal trading works. What is also super important is that those wicks, what are those wicks at the end? Those wicks at the end is just when the market, where the market was. So that means that, for an example, let me show you like this. When this candle, opens here at the bottom, it opens, it don't has a wick. So when it now, opens and it goes to the upside like really strong, but then in time the market just goes a little bit down again and decides after the 4 hours, like in the 4 hours it went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, went down. And when it went up, and went down, then this candle, like this wick is created. So this wick is just where was the market once, but there the market didn't decide to close. So it's like market is going there in this 4 hours, but it's deciding to close somewhere else. Like it's going up, but then it decides to close more down. So then the wick is created. And at the bottom there is no wick. But when a bottom wick is, then the market did this before. So it was bullish, but then it went down, turned into a bearish candle, because now here at the top is the open, and here at the bottom is the close. Also the color of the wick changed now, but then the market decided still in the 4 hours to go up again. So then the wick also where here at the bottom, market closed here, and the candle at the end didn't close black, the candle still closed blue. This is how the market looks. This is what you actually just saw when I just skipped the candle. So look at one candle again in the 4 hours. I'm going to show you exactly again. So look at exactly how the candle moves. Then you see it. So new candle. Boom. Now market went in the first 1 hour up and down. It's bearish. Next candle. See, market just went a little bit more down, but ended in the 1 hour here. Next candle. Market now in the next hour went to the upside. So now the candle is what? The candle is blue again. So then after that, market went again a little bit higher, but not big higher. So now next candle is gonna open. Boom. Let's take a next one. So now it's blue. The market was just opened here and went straight to the upside, but no wick to the downside because it wasn't down. But now you see market went down, changed its color again. But then market went a little bit more down, but then did nothing again. So then, boom, market went a little bit more down again. And that is how the candles move. You see it. You see it? I'm just gonna keep this for you. Wait, let me just go a little bit further to something where you can actually see it better. Yes, now it's better. So look at this. Market is just moving like this. You see, moving from bearish to bullish, bearish to bullish, bearish to bullish. And that is why one important rule you need to have here in this brain, write this big down. Never react on a candle that is not closed. Never react on a candle that is not closed. You need to close the candle before you can tell what the candle actually wants to tell you. Because the candlesticks can tell you a lot. They can tell you exactly in which direction do you want the market now. But first when they are closed, not when they are opened. Because when they are open and still running, then they don't mean anything. So let me show you how this looks in the real time. Right now, you can see, for an example, when we go in the 15-minute time frame, this is how the real chart looks. On the right time, you can see exactly the time running off. So now 13 minutes, and then the next candle opens, and you see this candle moving to the upside, to the downside. You see, moving to the upside, to the down. Let's scale a little bit in the 1 minute time frame. Look, next candle, and then you can exactly understand what I mean. Look, next candle is gonna close and open in 9 seconds. So just look at this. Now it's moving up, down, up, down. Now next candle is gonna come. Boom, next candle. So now it wants to go to the downside, and now it went black. But now we're gonna go up again. So now it's blue again. And this is how the candle is gonna move. I would inform you to just sit in front of the charts in a 1 minute time frame and look at the candles to understand a little bit their behavior, that you understand that you can't count on a candle if it's not closed. It's the most important rule. So in the last part of this video is the sessions. You just need to understand one thing. We have opens in the world. So we have the London Open. So for an example, when London opens, that's just the biggest bank in the whole world opens up, okay, in London, where the brokers are and the people from the Wolf of Wall Street, you know, that start calling people, what today you're not going to do anymore, but still this is, you can imagine like this. This opens every time at 9 a.m. in the morning, yeah, German time, so in Germany, okay, so Berlin, Germany, so CET time at 9 in the morning. And then we have New York Open. That is not, of course, at 9 in the morning in Germany, because that opens up at 9 in the morning in USA. So that means this is in our time 15 in German time. So 15 or 3 p.m. German time, the market's gonna open. So what does that mean? That just means that in those times, the banks are opening, and when banks are opening, we get a lot of volatility in the market. Volatility or volume means having bigger candles and bigger moves and faster moves in the market than when the market is not opening. So in the first hour, often open, the market does bigger candles. So I can show you an example. So in the first hour of 9 to 10 in the morning, you're gonna see those kind of candles more than those kind of candles, those small kind of candles, you know, or those kind of candles. You're gonna see big candles. The same at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. you're gonna see bigger candles instead of smaller candles, because that means we have more volume in the market, and there we can take bigger moves. If you're a beginner, this is the time maybe you should not trade, exactly because there market can move so fast that you maybe miss out on like putting your losing or winning positions in and not realistic, and you can just lose your account by the quick moves that the market makes. So if you want to know more about opens, it's not so important, but you can just Google it. What is exactly the opens? You can also find it on different websites when the market exactly opens for your time zone. Just type in market opens for, and then you put in your land where you live, you know, your country. So this is everything you need to know for the basics now, for the basics. The next thing we're going to talk about the trend and analyzing the market and which direction it actually wants to go and how to read this. So see you in the next video.